Hey! Welcome back! EUC Learn Along. Intro music. Words. We left off on VMware. So we got this stood up. We did stand up our hub for Stratusphere, but we're going to do it again. That way you can see it from the beginning, in case you missed the other video. You're not learning along, you're skipping along. But anyhow, that's what we're doing. Should be a short video. I'm not going to go in depth with these products. They provide a lot of information I don't want to give out. Anyhow, let's get started. All right, so again, we're going to create virtual machine. We already grabbed our template from Liquidware. We're going to give it a name. We'll call it hub again. Files. Again, we're using a hub. They got collectors and a database for this. We don't need all that for what we're doing. All right, we got our storage set up. Thin provision, that's fine. Power on, yep. Look how easy that was. All right, so we're gonna let that go. We're gonna let it do its thing. So for the hub, Google, Liquidware Lab, Stratusphere, sizing. There we go. This will tell you what you need. UX or fit. What are you using? What version? Platform. We got one machine. Basically, you fill this out based on your environment. Calculate. It tells you what you need. So there you go. Calculator. But anyhow, that's spinning up. Ooh, yep, it's still spinning up. So we'll wait. Yes. What are we doing? That's right. Command Control Stratusphere. So we had to spin this appliance up. For Command Control, it's in the cloud. So we got the Community Edition. It's free, licensed for 5 machines. So let's go to that. Look at that. Setup is done. I didn't have to do anything because it's all managed on their end. So all you do, you set up a tenant with them, with any other cloud product. You set up, you put in some basic information, and you're in. So we got this. So I've already tested out. I've never used this before. And again, I'm using the Community Edition. It's free. A lot of cool stuff. What we can do. This will be our extended tool versus Director. Director, again, you can log off, restart, disconnect. Session control, you can remote control, share screen, kill processes, watch CPU, IOPS, all that good stuff, but it's not meeting our requirements. So again, as you can see, I've been testing, but again, Community Edition, Command Control, real basic info. They just need name, email address. You create your tenant name. It's really straightforward. So maybe I'll post a video. They'll show you how to do it, or you reach out to them, but no need to show you all that. All right, so this is done. There's no setup. Cloud. This is our first cloud product. All right, so it's probably expensive. All right, so we got an endpoint, so-called local endpoint. I'm doing air quotes. You can't see it. All right. All right. So there we go. we got an endpoint. I haven't joined it to the domain. Show you that doesn't have to be on the domain for command control. You can monitor domain devices, non-domain devices. It doesn't matter. So think about that. All right. So what we need to do is, I've already copied some stuff over, and we'll go ahead and delete this because we're spinning up a new hub. All right. So we got our install, and we got a bat file. We're going old school. CMD. What? There we go. I was about to say, you don't know it. All right, so let's install it. Temp, command control, install. Where'd you get these switch commands? Well, I got my tenant ID, I got my API key. You install this, I'll have access to your machine. So when you first initially log in, it'll give you it'll say install agent. It'll be all over screens. Trust me. But if you go down here, miscellaneous, install agent, you got Windows, you got Mac, you got Linux. For Windows, it gave me the switch commands. Again, you install this, I'll have access to your machine. This is my tenant. So, anyhow, we got that. We're trialing it out. All kinds of stuff you can do with API keys. Crazy stuff. All right, so it's installing. All right, looks like it's done. Control panel. Uninstall program. There we go. Lightweight install. Are you sure? Yep, that was old. It's already gone. That's why. Yep, you're late to the game. So let's go back. So if we go dashboard, see if it's talking to our tenant yet. Let's refresh. Let's go to machines. So there we go. There's our machine. Endpoint 3. We just renamed it from this one. We need to delete this one. Remove license. But anyhow, same machine. So we got the agent version when it was last seen. Again, this was this. This was this. So don't be confused. Same machine, just renamed it. All right, so we got our endpoint. It's now showing. So if we go to dashboard, we should get some data. I don't know if it's going to like that we renamed it. It probably doesn't. Let's go to Task Manager. Sorry, let's go back to machines. Let's click on our machine. Endpoint 3, connecting. There we go. Lots of information. Again, I'm not going to go into this too much. So we'll go ahead, scroll down. We saw that. So we got top 5 CPU consumers. We got RAM, disk. This is live, real time, versus Director, which is the only solution we had to monitor and remediate, for help desk or desk side support. All right, we got our Ethernet stuff, disk, memory, you can read, but we got live monitoring. It's coming in. All right, so we can see that. So if we wanted to, we can do some PowerShell. Let's do some PowerShell. All right, so I need to know some info. Get. I just need to see it. Look at that. It works. So I'm getting info from the machine. What else can we do? We can do set. We can set. We can get. We can do all kinds of things. If you know PowerShell, you can remediate anything. I don't know anything we can do offhand. But anyhow, you get the idea. PowerShell, you can do anything on the machine. All right, so let's close that. It's scripts. Run scripts. Search. I don't know. So we'll go back to that. Diagnostic. All right, so we can run a speed test. So I can run a speed test. Again, you can do domain or non-domain machine. So any machine can have this agent. It's going to talk back to my tenant. I can do a speed test. So if you got crappy internet performance, I'll see it here. Ping. Yep, ping, more network info. Trace route. Yep, I can see the route. You going out to the internet. Back to me. Get IP. Group policy. We don't have any policies, so no need to run this. Agent logging. So cool stuff. We got tasks down here, so we're seeing what's all being done by our user. EUC Learn Along. Scripts. Store. I don't have any, but I see a little upload button. All right, well, I'm not going to upload any because I can't think of any offhand. But again, any script you can think of for your service desk or desktop support, whatever you want to call them, tier 1, tier 2 support, you put it in there. So if you got a common issue, script it, put it in here. KB it up. Say, hey, users having a issue, run a script. Get it? All right. Results. Can't really see that. Triggers. Is this going to tell me category, key? No, we won't do it. Anyhow, these are triggers. So these triggers will kick off based on these conditions. Excuse me. Frame rate, CPU, all right, so we got triggers. Yep, we got our tenant. There's some info in there. Users, you can invite users. Roles, you can set up roles. So if you don't want them to have full access, you can limit it. Again, for your service desk, desktop support, site, install agent, which I showed you, online help, community help. You can request features, support. But basically, we can now support our end users more than what we can with directory. So they call in, I pick up the phone, hey, I'm having issues with Outlook or Teams, whatever. If they know what to do, you can do it via PowerShell. If they don't, you can have script, label script, good, Teams fix, Outlook fix, whatever fix, run it. They can't get it, then escalate it. But there's a lot you can do with PowerShell. put your own scripts in here. So now we have a tool to help our users. We met the requirement. The rest of it, you can manage in here. So, bunch of cool stuff. Machine, domain, username. Again. All right, so we pretty much covered command control. It's really short because it's really straightforward. You mess around in here, you figure out what you're going to do. Create your own scripts, upload them. PowerShell, if you're real good with that, you need to learn it. All right, so command control. Here, let's do shell one more time. All right, so connect. We can do command prompt. Look at that. Let's see, endpoint 3. Connecting. Look at that. Task popped up. Oh, old school. Disk part. Oh my goodness. This disk. So if you're old school, command prompt. Get volume. Disk part. Look at that. Did the same thing 2 different ways. All right. Again, we're done with this. Pretty easy. You mess with it. You learn some more on your own. Good stuff. All right, hub. Let's refresh. Did it finish? It did finish. All right, let's go to console. Browser console. We got an IP. All right, so again, all I did was upload the template. Looks like it did everything else itself. You got a calculator. You can calculate what you need. We're not going off any of those recommendations. We're just doing the best we can with what we got. But anyhow, got a default login, so that's good. All right, let's log in. All right, 144, that was right. Spinning, I guess that's good, maybe. And there we go. All right, so local directory. So we can probably set it up for domain, administration, fit, UX, API builder. Again, with the APIs. All right, SS admin. Our password it gave us. All right, so we got to register. UC Learn Along. UCLearnalong@gmail.com. Phone number 555-123-1234. Company UC Learn Along. Company UC Learn Along. Okay. Generate evaluation. Evaluation license. All right. 15 days. Looks good to me. All right, get started. Yep. Eval. If you got a license, there you go. All right, so we can give it a host name. It's got an IP, subnet, gateway. All right, you can do email stuff. From address to. Set all that up. Time zone. Is New York in here? America. Sorry, Chicago. Chicago. Nope, no Chicago. Oh well. New York it is. All right. All right, we'll leave everything as save changes, and let's see what happens. DNS name. All right, so let's do DNS. All right, save changes. Gateway. All right, 192.168.233.129. All right, there we go. So we had to do some configuration in here, but anyhow, we got our DNS stuff set up with our domain controller. All right, so now we need the installer, which we deleted because we set this up again. Connector ID keys. So with administration, there's a whole bunch of stuff you can do. Upgrades, data retention, you set all of the stuff up. So all that's in their documentation. We're not messing with any of it. Oh my goodness. We're going to have to hit back. Is that going to work? Let's restart our appliance. Action, power, reset. Yes. All right, and again, we won't go too in depth with this. Tool provides a lot of info. Not too much info we can pull and do from the lab. Command control, PowerShell, create your own scripts. It's great. This will give us historical, current data, all that good stuff. And you can look at things as a whole and then go from that. There's the name that we left it as is. Didn't change the password. Setting it up nice and easy so that you can actually leverage the product in a lab, test it out yourself, follow their product documentation set up in a real environment. Connect it to your domain, change passwords, figure your own IPs, fun stuff. Gives you some good info though. Root, we got 4.3, so maybe upgrades and stuff. We got our database, a little small database one here. 10 gigs. All right, we got an IP address now. Let's go back. 192. All right, so it's still coming up. We'll give it just a few, and then hopefully we can install it on here and just get things going. If not, we'll cut the video short. But pretty simple setup. That way you can get testing and see if this is a valid fit for your environment. Maybe we'll do control up or something comparable to compete with this. Let's see, what does Control Up got? They got monitors and collectors. They both can monitor your hypervisors. Yeah, Control Up probably be a good fit. Do doubles. Maybe a profile double we can do is maybe FS Logic. All right, let's refresh. Nope, still not up. All right, another couple minutes. I didn't set a timer, so I don't know where we're at. Okay, come on. Come on. Yeah, we got our endpoint up. Got that. Oh my goodness. I forgot to IP this. $21. All right. All right, so we got that. Let's check and see if we're back up. It's spinning, so looks like it's finally come up. Man. Probably need to follow some of those recommendations to have this thing optimized, running at its best. But oh well. Come on. Let's go. Services need to be up all the time. All right, it's up. Yep. All right, we didn't change anything. We're not going to. You can do that in the administration tab. Connector key. Software. Look at that. Includes auto install hub address. So yes, let's get it from here. Keep anyway. It tells you that. All right. Still going. Let's mark this one. All right, let's go here. Let's copy it. Let's go here and just in case we want to have it for later. Stratusphere. Delete the old one. We got the new one. Let's go to our friend over here. So everything's built into this install, so that's pretty cool. All right, don't need you anymore. C temp. Again, not going to do too much with this, but you play with it, upgrade. This is just the administration tab, collector administration, inventory, licensing, all that good stuff. All the stuff we want to do is going to be in here. We're not going to do anything with API, but we'll look at some of this. It's just data. You do what you want with the data. All right, next. Yep, use default. Next. This isn't limited to VDI. Again, we're so-calling doing air quotes for local endpoint. You can put this stuff on anything. All right, it's installed. Oh, thank you.
I got it for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
We had a guest. All right, control panel. Where are we going? Programs, features. All right, so there we go. We got the connector ID that's installed. Let's go to our user experience. See how long data starts pouring in. Dashboards. We like the dashboards. Overview, trends. All right, well, again, we just installed it, so it may take a minute for it to show up. Let's go here, trends. Not going to have any trends because we just installed it. But you can see what it will show. Workload score, login count, CPU, GPU, disk queue, I/O, user experience. We at least want to see some data in here. Again, no data return, increase your date range. That's all going to be in the administration tab. We're not going to mess anymore with administration. We're just leaving everything as default. You tune it to your environment. Remote display. Sessions, connected hours, idle minutes. So, I mean, monitor somebody. You've been idle all day. What you been doing? All right. UX, taking a minute. Let's go to fit. See what we got in fit. We are a trial license for both All right, so fit, machine group, user group, so you can create some groups in here. Okay. Inspector reports, Pt.a fit profile, no data, but you can narrow down for operating system, machine age. Okay. So look, you can do stuff based on groups in here. Pretty sure you can create all that in admin stuff. Inspector. Man, machine, group, application. Got all these different inspectors. Okay. Reports. There you go. Send reports to management. All right, so we can update our profile. So as we saw with command control, we had triggers. These again are so-called triggers that we can edit in here based on your environment. So again, no one solution for any of this. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to reboot this machine, restart. Sure. I'll sign in. We'll see if we get data. If we don't, then won't worry about it. Because again, Stratusphere is not about current data. It's about data, excuse me, over a period of time. So put the bigger picture together with all that data over a period of time. Again, I think with Control Up, they got something called Insights or Insight. I don't know. I think that's what it's called. Anyhow, it does the same thing. You got all this data over a period of time, puts it in graphs, readable format for you, and then you can adjust from there. Like, oh my goodness, IOPS is super high. Let's drill down and see what it is. Oh my goodness, it's Adobe. Why is it Adobe? Oh, we didn't update it. Oh, it's being scanned by antivirus. Who knows? But you now have the tools to see that. All right, so we logged in. All right, we got inventory, got some advanced stuff. You play with it. All right, let's go back to dashboards. See if we get anything. Is that 20 minutes? Ooh, hold on, 20 minutes. Let's do a search. How about that? User. Administrator. Today. I don't think we're going to get anything. Yeah, we're going to stop. But anyhow, you go to administration. Got some info here. Oh, got one error. Is it in configuration? Nope. That was when we first set it up. Data retention. Jane, okay. Just hoping we get some data. User count, something just load. All right. Well, anyhow, we got it stood up. We kind of went through what you can do. Top trends. What is my tab? We didn't look at that. Export sheets. All right, so it kind of tells you what it does. Okay. Preferences. All right. Yeah, change some stuff in there. Okay. My tab. Top trends. Top consumers. Yeah, it looks like it's all putting it into a chart. We don't have anything because our data is not reporting in. All right, fit. Go back. This looks like you do it by groups and machines. Usually a little bit more machine detail. And we already saw this. So anyhow, you play with it, you learn it. Maybe another video will come back to it and have some data in here based on that machine. Maybe it's just taking a while to report in, but pretty straightforward setup. Command control, we got to see some stuff. You know, didn't dig into it too much, but anyhow, hope you learned something.